Hi, my name's Michael. I'm 37. My ethnicity is a mix between St. Lucia, Trinidad, Jamaica, and I'm a security professional.
Hello, everyone. My name is Ojay. Everybody calls me Ojay, but my real name is Informa. But if you know me, my name is Ojay. I am a freelance video editor. I am Nigerian. And the reason why I am still single is...
I don't want to say how long I've been single. I'll get judged. I'll get judged.
No, at first it was just by choice because I was trying to work on myself and everything. But now it's just because I can't find my personal person. I'm dating for a specific reason. I want to find my life partner. But now it's like I can't just be calling everybody my boyfriend. No. So until I find the right one, I'm not settling.
I've been single for probably about the last 7-8 years. It's been so long. I think at first I wasn't ready to commit. I wasn't ready, I wasn't finished healing. And then in the last 4 or 5 years, my occupation has just made it very difficult because I probably spend more time out of the country than I spend in the country.
Yes. I feel good. I'm ready, I'm excited. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm a bit apprehensive, but I'm here now. I'm in the moment, so I'm good. I just feel like, let's go. All right, here we go. First card. Name 3 attributes of black men, 2 positive and 1 area of improvement. Is that? Yeah.
Positives. I've got positives, but
you should have loads. Should have more than anyone.
Oh, is it? Why? Because I'm a black woman. All right. One positive about black men is that they are strong. They are the strongest out of all of the races, I believe, because of all the nonsense that they've been through. They are very strong. They're powerful. They are independent only because they have never had anybody else to depend on apart from themselves. And black women. Another positive attribute would be their sense of humor. Okay, black men's sense of humor is unrivaled. Nobody can tell me nothing different. Like black men will find comedy in everything. Even if it's the dumbest shit you don't think that you can laugh out of, they will think of something. Have you ever been on Black Twitter? It's black men that run that shit.
Wait, hold on. Is Black Twitter actually an app? I hear it, but
it's not.
Okay.
It's like a space in Twitter that's right. All the black people.
I got you.
Yeah,
can I ask you something though?
Go ahead.
I don't disagree, but I'm quite interested to hear you kind of elaborate more when you talk about black men are the funniest.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't think we're not funny, but I guess I'm just curious to kind of like,
I wouldn't say that.
understand.
I didn't say that they're the funniest. I said that their sense of humor.
Sorry. Okay.
Yeah,
sense of humor.
It's their sense of humor. I feel like because black people have been through it's not obviously Oppression Olympics, but they have actually been through the most nonsense. So you have to laugh about everything. And I feel like black men actually, like, they find funny in nearly everything. And I'm the type of person that likes to laugh. Like, you would hardly find, like, there's never a time where you find me without a smile on my face. So I love the fact that black men in general laugh at everything.
I feel you there. All right.
Oh, I am a hype man. I am the biggest hype man ever. Like, this is why I feel like I need to be with someone who is ambitious, because I will be the biggest cheerleader ever. Even if, like, everybody has their ups and their down days. Everybody has their days where they don't feel like doing much. I'm that person that will push you, but only if you want to be pushed. Actually, if you don't want to be pushed, I won't be in the relationship with you. I need somebody that knows what they're doing now, knows where they want to go.
Area of improvement?
Ooh, protection of black women, honey. I say what I say.
Okay, right. So actually, I really like what you've just said there because as I've gotten older, more and more I've just come to realize that we need to do a better job of protecting black women.
Yeah,
and I really feel that with my nieces. I feel it with my sisters, and I kind of feel a bit shit within myself that actually I've only realized that now, as opposed to kind of understanding it from when I was younger.
Yeah, I think that there's an innate like prejudice within the black community within itself, especially like the way we raise our girls and we raise our boys. Like the girls are raised to look after black men, but the men are raised to look after themselves, and I think that's where the problem lies. There's any black woman you meet in the world, they always have it in the back of their mind, whether it's subconsciously or like seriously, they always know you have to protect their own, have to protect your own. With black women, we're race loyal. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like we ride for our race. Anything you see on social media, anything you see in real life, when it comes to, especially with this whole Black Lives Matter stuff, you're always seeing it's the black woman that's protecting everyone. It's the black, because that's what's been instilled in us. But I feel like it's the opposite for black men, and it's not you guys' fault. It's just the way you guys have been raised. You don't have it instilled in you that you have to protect your own people. You have it instilled in you that you have to protect yourself because of the nonsense that you've been through. Do you understand?
Okay, so I kind of agree with you with a lot of that, but I think that what I will say, I think black women definitely between like the genders, definitely they're more protective of their own. But also I could argue and say that I've seen examples where a lot of black women have not shown enough adaptability in environments. Yeah, for example, in work, places that I've been in the past where I've seen a lot of black women just not be able to find a way to identify with others, and that has kind of caused the distance.
Could you elaborate on that for me, please?
Okay, so all right, let's say for example you work in I don't know, you work in an accountancy in the city, and it's your Christmas party.
Yeah.
And you've got and then you've got a situation where, okay, you're working in the city, so clearly most of the people who you work with are probably not going to be where you're from.
Yeah.
And then everyone's dancing, everyone's enjoying themselves doing stuff. And I've seen a lot of situations like that where the black women are kind of like very standoffish, and it's a bit more like...
Are you talking about assimilation?
You could look at it like that. You could look at it like that. But you got to survive in your environment. You got to survive in your environment. That's a fact.
I think black women are the best when it comes to assimilating in a new environment.
Well, yeah, we differ on that one because
okay, let's agree to disagree on that.
But I will agree with you in that. I will agree in that, like, black men definitely have to do a better job of protecting their own, and protecting their women, and protecting their mothers and their sisters and the people around them. And often I think that we don't recognize a lot of the destructive perceptions that we have. And a very good example of that, I'll just say it very quickly, is that there's a younger that I know who, this was a while back, but I remember talking to him one time about dating, and we were talking about black women, and he was just like, you must be, nah. I'm not dating no black woman. That's long.
That sounds very familiar.
So I was like, why? And he was like, nah, too much stress and da. And I'm listening to him, and I'm like, obviously I kind of feel bad, because I'm just like, I'm trying to wonder why he feels this way. So I said, but let me ask you, how many black women have you dated? And he's like, none. So I'm just like, do you not see the problem there? Because you're talking about all these things like as if to say like you're talking from experience. Yeah, and what he didn't realize is the stuff that he was saying, this is all stuff that has just been like, that you've just fed in from society, from media. And he was saying a lot of very cliche, stereotypical things. And I'm like, dude, that's a problem. That's not even your experience. That's not your experience. Yeah. And yeah, at the time, he just couldn't hear what I was saying.
That's that innate prejudice I was talking about within the black community.
Yeah. My biggest turn off in a relationship is somebody that I just can't talk to. And it might sound really simple, but I found that down the years, there are a lot of people that get into relationships that are not necessarily good for them, but they want it. And yeah, like if we can't have a good discussion, then we've got nothing, because sex is great, but once that's done, what are you left with?
Oh, I should have brought my glasses. Oh, hello. Would you class a woman wearing wigs and weaves as pro-black? I like this one. Can I keep it?
I got to be honest on this one, because I know what I've got to say is not going to be popular. But personally, me, I really can't stand weaves. I can date someone with weaves and I can accept it. But if you're asking me in terms of a personal choice, I'm just not with it. And because for me, what I've always found very confusing is that when I'm around women and I see their natural hair, I'm just like, yo, your hair's crisp. Like, I'm confused. And it's very difficult. I've learned to be a bit more understanding, because I know hair is a very personal, very, very personal subject for women. And I'm saying that as someone who has two sisters. I've had these discussions and I've seen it in their face. So I have to be respectful. But for me, it's yeah, I'm just not feeling it. But would I date someone? Yeah. I wouldn't let it stop me. But I think there is something to be said for encouraging people to just embrace what they have, as opposed to just reaching for something else because you feel like that's the look that makes me more accepted.
The question was, would you class women wearing wigs and weaves as being pro-black?
No, I wouldn't. Not at all. I think listen, there are people all throughout the world who wear stuff, and that's fine. But I think for us specifically, when it comes to like wigs and weaves, I think a lot of it comes from a place of insecurity. A lot of it comes from a place of, this is what I need to do to be accepted. So no, I couldn't class it as pro-black. No way.
Okay. I'm gonna have to disagree with you on that, because I do feel like you can be pro-black and your aesthetics could be anything. I feel like if you hold blackness to a high esteem, like your aesthetics doesn't have anything to do with it. Like you could be wearing green contacts and blonde weave and you can still be pro-black as hell. I do think when it comes to women's hair, personally, only because I'm more of the alternative type of woman, maybe not today, but usually I am. Okay. And there's certain hairstyles that you can't do with your natural hair. My natural hair is gorgeous, and I have there's no relaxer or anything like that. Like my natural hair is gorgeous, but I can't do most of the things that I want to do with my hair with my natural hair. So you have to use wigs, and also you have to remember the fact that Black women, like if you have no mixes and you have the kinkiest of kinks hair, like your hair will break, your hair will be damaged, your hair will cut, your hair, if you even bleach it a little bit, it will get messed up. So with the kind of style that I personally go for and people that are in my circle go for, if you do those kinds of things with your natural hair, 1 year later you have no hair left. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
I hear you.
So it's not, I wouldn't tie in wigs and weaves to you being pro-black. Also, I've met a lot of women, not a lot, let me not say a lot. I've met multiple women that wear their hair natural and don't know anything about Black people in general. Like the most they know is about their experiences, and they still hold colorisms and, you know, like all sorts of Black problems. Like they have all of those issues within them, but they wear their hair natural. So I think that's also another problem within the Black community. When you look at a woman and you see, I don't know, dreads or natural hair, afro and this, that, you just automatically look at her and you assume, oh, this is a Nubian queen and she must know about the this. I'm just like, do you even know this woman? Do you know her? You're just assuming because she doesn't want to wear weave or because she... Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Right. Can I just jump in there very quickly though?
It's a bit odd.
Can I jump in there? And I just want to point out something.
Let me just end it with this, yeah. I think it's a bit odd to attach somebody's as like what they wear to their Blackness. I just think it's odd.
Okay, but it's funny you say that though, because I think more than anyone else, Black women who you see who have specific hairstyles which are which are just for them. People like that, often you find it's done deliberately. It's very purposeful. I think those women generally tend to attach their hairstyle a lot to do with their own identity. So I kind of disagree with that one in that respect. But what I will say,
because it sounds like to me it sounds like you're backing what I said. So you're gonna have to elaborate on that a little bit.
No, but a lot of the times you see women with dreads or people that do certain specific hairstyles that are just to us. Like a lot of the time, it's on purpose. Like
they're just protective hairstyles, babes.
It's but I will also say that just because I say that I don't associate weave and wig with being pro-black, that's not to say that I'm saying that they're not. It's just that I don't associate it. So yeah, that's it.
All right, let's agree to disagree on that then.
All good.
Yeah. One of my favorite black-owned businesses is this specific lace tin. This is specific chestnut lace tin, and it is amazing. When you get lace fronts, and this is the Chinese people that's making the lace front, they don't really understand the melanated structure that this is placed on your head, and it looks like it's your own skin. But you see this one? Do you see this one? Go and buy.
Okay, so
I like these cards.
Are we blaming white people too much in terms of like from a standpoint of accountability?
Are we blaming them too much?
Yeah.
Too much?
Yeah.
Yes. I do think we're blaming them too much, and this is my answer to that, because white people have oppressed other people around the world. Bearing in mind that they've oppressed black people the most out of everybody else. However, they've caused damage in all the other races. However, the other races have managed to find a way they found their, their place in the world. They found their niche. They found something that has been able to garner them generational wealth. However, I feel like black people, and I don't want to sound like I'm blaming my people, because obviously I am black, so I understand the struggle. But I feel like at a certain point, we have to, I have to really say this the right way, not to sound crazy.
Just got to take accountability.
Yeah, but that's the thing, we don't have much to take. We didn't do it to ourselves. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I can't be the one to say, you need to get over it because it was such a long time ago. Because there's such a thing as epigenetics. Do you understand?
Sorry, what's that?
Epigenetics is generational hurt, like you feel it.
Okay.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Oh, of course,
yeah.
100%.
So it's like, even if you don't feel like you feel it, unconsciously, it's still there. Do you understand?
Okay.
So there's such a thing as epigenetics. So as black people, we have that generational fear and hatred towards these white people. Some of us don't even realize why, but it's there. And it's because of the damage that they have done to us as a people. So it's not up to me to say, oh, you need to get over it. However, most of the other races have managed to ignore it to the point where they know that they need to concentrate on themselves and how they need to get up to at least the same level as the whites or just underneath. I feel like black people are concentrating too much. And I'm not gonna lie, I feel like it's also because we ain't got our reparations. Everybody else here?
Yeah, no, we ain't
got our reparations.
We ain't got our reparations.
But when you deep it, our reparations.
We ain't got our reparations.
For them to pay us our reparations. We have not. But when you deep it, for them to actually pay us our reparations and for it to be fair, they got to give us everything they have.
I thought reparations was bullshit until I actually did a little bit of like digging.
They gave it to the Chinese. They gave it to the...
No. They
not
gave
the Chinese,
it to
the Japanese.
Slave owners got reparations. Slave owners got reparations.
Bro.
Yeah? The slaves were like, you're free and figure life out. Even though you don't know nothing about society because you ain't been off your... Yeah. No, we ain't had our reparations.
I feel like that is low-key what is holding us back, because everybody else has gotten their reparations, but we are the only people that hasn't. And at the same time, if you deep it, if they were to give us our reparations and for it to be fair, they're going to give us everything they have.
Right. Can I just jump in there very quickly?
Go ahead.
Right. So I'm fully with you. I agree with you in when you talk about accountability and that we need to take more control.
I feel like we just need to ignore it for a little bit.
100%. I agree
for a little
with you.
bit and concentrate on us.
Where I split from you is when you kind of make the comparison to other people. Because here's the problem. like other people always seem to tend to fit in eventually at some point.
Yeah.
And you know why that is? Because their skin color is
I was
similar.
just about to say
So
that's the
it's easy.
colorism thing.
Yeah. So like for
we're
example,
the least digestible out of all of them.
I'll give you an example. Yeah. So I've got a friend who is American Irish, and he will talk about like how oppressed the Irish were in America.
Mm-hmm.
And when I didn't know anything about it, so I was like, oh, all right, wow, cool. But then, you know, when I looked it up and, you know, I understood about the potato famine and all the rest of it, the reality was they were oppressed, but it wasn't what we were dealing with. Not only that, but you dealt with it for about 40, 50 years and then life was good. You're one of them.
And it wasn't slavery. It wasn't.
No, yeah,
Some of them will call it. It wasn't slavery.
So people will make comparisons and it's like, okay, you got something, but it ain't. No. It's not even in the same.
But that's why I said
realm.
Black people.
So I disagree with you there, but the rest I agree.
No, you don't need to disagree with me because what you're saying is what I said. Like I didn't want to do the oppression Olympics, but when you realistically think of it, out of all the races on this earth, Black people have been done the worst from the whites.
I don't know. Jews have had it pretty bad. I just wasn't aware of it.
They had it pretty bad.
Until I studied, Jews have had it pretty bad down the years. But I'm not trying to make comparisons.
I'm not trying to do it, but they've also got their reparations. This is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, right. But here's the problem, though. You know what? When you talk about reparations, here's the thing. Like humanity, we're just not that nice. No one is giving away anything.
But this is what
no
I'm
one
trying
is giving
to
away.
say.
So them lot, they've put themselves.
They can give as much as they can, and the reason why everybody else has gotten their reparations is because they could afford them. They can't afford what. No.
The reasons why other people got reparations was because
they didn't do them.
They had something. They had something to leverage it. They were able to get it. Like we've never had no leverage.
They did not do them as dirty as they did us.
No, but what I'm saying to you, what leverage do we have? Like what leverage did we have? That's the problem. Let's say, for example.
Wait, hold on. What is that supposed to mean?
Like, let me give an example. You talk about the Holocaust, yeah. Like, sorry, I'm bringing up the Holocaust. So that was a horrible period. Like that was something that was just disgusting that happened to those people.
Yeah.
Yeah, but. Here's the thing, like those people that went through that, they were normal people. They lived, they had a certain education. Yeah. So when they came out of it, they kind of knew what they needed to do to deal with it. Now, when you look at slavery, like these were people that were just held and they tried their best to hold them and keep them as dumb and simple as possible for as long as they could, because that's how they kept us under control, because we were feared.
But this is what I'm talking about, though.
So then we weren't in a position to, we weren't in a state where we could position ourselves to get our reparations.
But this is what I'm talking about. We are the only people that didn't get reparations. Yeah, but at the same time,
but we weren't in the position to get it.
I was just about to say that. That's another thing. We weren't in the position to get it. And now we need to concentrate on ourselves. We really do. And it's crazy because it's 2020. It's the end of 2020 and it's only now that you're hearing support Black businesses, support Black. Where was it 20 years ago? Where was that saying 20 years ago?
Yeah, well, you know, they should have sorted out fucking Insta.
We're concentrating too much on what is owed to us and we're not doing what we owe to ourselves.
Agreed. 100%.
That's the problem. We need to start there.
Yeah,
give ourselves our own reparations.
No. We're on the same one there. Sorry, what's your name, by the way?
Ojay. Yes.
Okay.
Is you Michael? I got it right. Hey.
All right.
My biggest turn on is intelligence. Intelligent men. If I can learn something new from you and you're teaching me something, not every day, but at least once a week, I look at you, I'm like, I like you. I like you again.
I like this.
It's fun, isn't it?
Is being half naked on social media a form of female liberation? Hashtag female empowerment. Talk to me.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I have very mixed feelings about this. Only because I am very, very big on female liberation. I'm very, very big on owning your own sexual identity because of patriarchy, and we've been oppressed for so long. And now,
how long have you been oppressed? I just want to know how you feel. How long do you feel like you've been oppressed?
Listen, me personally, I've been oppressed for a very long time.
No, but you talk about women. I just want to know, how long do you feel like you've been
Are you talking
oppressed?
about personally or women in
women.
general?
How long do you feel like women have been oppressed?
I feel like we've only just come out of... Have we really even come out of oppression?
So I would say that most women these days are a little bit confused, but I would also say that men are confused. I think that is very difficult because we're in a transitional period in society where we are figuring out like social media and all these things and how that impacts us. I think we're learning. There's a lot of Me Too movements, feminism, LGBT, and we're all trying to just figure out how to be harmonious with each other. So I just think that we're in a confused time.
Okay, boom. So I have very mixed feelings about this only because I personally am very, very big on, liberation. However, I'm not gonna lie, I think the girls are taking it too far. I think the girls are taking it too far. But, as in like, there will be random women that you... Oh shit, they're gonna take my woman card for this. There will be random women.
You just gotta talk the truth. Talk your truth, babe. Come on. It's all right. Don't feel bad about it. Talk your truth.
Personally, I know the type of crazy I can be. I know the type of liberated I can be, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But
I like a bit.
I will not liberate myself on social media. That makes sense. You will never catch me over OnlyFans.
Right.
You will never catch me posting picture of bikini and turn around with my nyash all short. Yeah, it's not happening.
No, I need to.
I'm not turning around in the picture. I'm not gonna turn around like that and say, look at my booty, but my weave looking nice. When I know I just want you to see my nyash. So even if you're an educated woman or you're trying to do this, you don't even have to be educated. Even if you're a type of woman that's just cool, calm, and is not freaky, but you know peer pressure and everything. You feel like you have to do all of this to attract the kind of guy that you want, or if the guy that you have a crush on
I think it's just to attract attention.
That's what I think is the problem. Because if you're not doing it because you are liberated or because you feel like you want to do it and you're only doing it because everybody else is doing it, and I feel like that's what's happening now. At this point, it's not just revelation. Wow.
Yeah.
At this point, it's not just liberation. I feel like now it's peer pressure. I feel like that's what the problem is.
I don't see it necessarily as female empowerment. I think certain aspects of it. I think often what gets confused, and it's funny because I had a conversation with someone about this, is that I think often a lot of women try to move away from their femininity to empower themselves. Yeah. But actually what they don't pay attention to is that you can empower yourself within your femininity. You don't understand the power you have. And I've always said, I find it crazy because women as the ones who are always selecting as opposed to going out there and getting, there's so much power in that. And I found that women, it's just crazy to me how that just so often is not understood by you. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I like that.
Confidence. My biggest turn on, without doubt, is confidence. A woman who just knows herself and just knows and accepts herself and empowers herself through what she is. Amazing.
Let's see what's next. Is R.Kelly's music cancelled too?
Say that again, please.
Is R.Kelly's music cancelled too?
To me?
Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing. I can't make no excuses for the guy. We know what it is, but the reality is we've always known. But the reality is we've always known.
Okay.
So people now who are like, I can't believe you're playing this or you're doing that. I'm like, hold on. I remember being in school and people were talking about him and Aaliyah. So, and that was in school. We've always known what he's on.
Yeah.
So for me, I kind of, there's a separation between the artist and the human being. Wow. I would be lying if I said anything other than when I listen to his music, I'm good, because that was just part of my generation. I've got a lot of positive attachments to it.
So you still listen to R. Kelly's music?
If it's on, I don't feel no way. I do listen to it.
You don't feel no way if it's on?
I'm telling you, I don't feel no way. But if you're asking me about him, the human being, that's a whole different
No, I'm
story.
asking about his music because that's what the question's about.
Yeah, no, I'd be lying if I said anything.
So you still
else.
got R. Kelly music on your playlist?
I don't play R. Kelly, but if I was to hear it somewhere in the background, I'm
I mean,
not
you ain't
mad.
got no control over that, but I'm asking you.
I don't play his stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't play his stuff.
All right.
But
So none of your coins is going towards Mr. R. Kelly?
no.
Aye.
I don't play his stuff.
That's all we
But
care
if I
about.
hear it, I'm not gonna be like, you need to stop it.
Fuck that guy.
But I've always known, and everyone has always known, and everyone who wants to act righteous now, you're full of shit.
I haven't listened to R. Kelly
Because
since
you've always
2013.
known, like, come on, like
I haven't
everyone.
played R. Kelly since
Even if you weren't
2013.
aware of the Aaliyah stuff, everyone was aware of P on You.
Yep.
Most people have seen the video. I remember watching it at the time, and actually, like, I kind of feel a little bit ashamed myself in the sense that when I think back to the time, I was watching that with guys and girls, and we were laughing at it. And
Yeah.
maybe it's because I was younger, but I weren't really taking seriously the implications of what I was actually seeing. But hey, all the grown-ups know, everyone turned a blind eye to it who knew
It's
what was
true.
going on.
It's true. My mum
So-
used to bang R. Kelly.
They knew what was going on. So when people want to get like all high and mighty now, I'm like,
It is funny how it's now that everybody's starting to move mad about R. Kelly, but
I think a lot of it is
I
to
haven't
do with
played R. Kelly
public
since
consciousness.
2013. It's the PC. It's the PC.
I think it's
honestly.
public consciousness why. Yeah.
It's a shame and a scandal is what it fucking is. Because this guy should have been in jail a long time ago.
Yeah.
But it goes back to the talk about how the black woman is the least protected out here. Because if he was doing the shit to the white woman there, he would have been in jail.
No, I don't think so. I think that it was tolerated. I think a lot of fucked up stuff were happening to white women from different people. Like, there's a lot of fucked up things that happen in life in general.
If R. Kelly as a black man was doing what he was doing to the black women, if it was the white women that he was doing that to, R. Kelly would have been in jail a long time ago.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't really thought about that. I don't know
Deep
if I
it
agree.
when you're
but
ready, because it
Yeah.
doesn't take much to
I
really
haven't
think about
really
it.
thought about that. I can't say that I disagree. I can't say that I agree, but I can't say I disagree.
Okay. Everybody is different. I know that sounds weird, but for me, it was a new lesson for me. I'm an only child. I've never had to deal with other personalities. So I've been single for a long time. So in this dating thing that I've been doing, I've noticed that every single person is different. You cannot expect from someone what you'd expect from yourself.
What do you think is our biggest conflict right now as a people?
I think our biggest obstacle in our way right now is ourselves. Because I was speaking to my friend the other day about this and about why every other country out there is trying to get their foot into Africa right now. And I was doing a little bit of research and I noticed that Africa within a whole has, I guess, what's the word I'm looking for? Majority of the population is between 20 and I guess 30. So they have the youngest majority of population. Yeah. So which means eventually they're going to have the most manpower, basically. They're going to grow faster than the rest of the population because a lot more of people in Africa are younger than a lot more people around the world, including China. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So it's like, if we as a people just concentrated on how much we actually have, because everywhere around the world keeps going to Africa to get resources and all different types of things. We have all this power, but it's like we don't know how to monetize it. And it's a problem. We're in our own way.
And I have the same views with the Caribbean, if I'm being honest, because it's crazy. Like when I talk to a lot of like elders, talk about going home or kind of like talking about going back, either retiring or once you're kind of set yourself up. And it's mad how many people I know who come over from Jamaica and they're like, me? Go back? You're mad?
It's mad.
What? Give my money away? And then it's that kind of attitude. And I never really thought anything of it because that was just the kind of thing that I used to hear a lot. Like, but then like, I'm kind of looking more at St. Lucia now because that's where I spend most of my time. But what I find is crazy is when I'm out there, I'm looking around, I'm looking at all the people making money, I'm looking at all the foreigners who come in and invest and profit, and they're all white, and I'm just like, how is it that we as a people, you know, we move away to you know, better ourselves, yet somehow we look back on our own homeland and we look at it like a poison almost. In comparison to like to what you see with a lot of like white groups, they look at it and they see opportunities. Why do we not see that? Like, why do we not have that? Like, why don't we have that pride? I kind of know why, but it's upsetting to really kind of like take it in though.
I know why, but I would never understand it, because growing up in Nigeria, I kept thinking, like, I remember when I was really, really young, whenever we'd see a white person, everybody would go crazy. Oh, Nyocha, wow, white person, oh my God, wow. And it's like, in Nigeria back in the day, I'm not sure about it now, but like the main thing was, especially in the villages, I want to go to Obodo Ibo. I want to go to the land of the white man. When I go to the land of the white man, I'm going to make it. But then when you go there and you realize how shit it actually is over here, you still forget about your homeland.
That's the same attitude in the Caribbean.
You can go back to your village and you're a king in your village, and you come over here and you're living in a fucking jail cell, working a minimum pay job, and you still think that this is better than your homeland. We gotta stop putting other people on a pedestal. We have to unlearn everything that they've taught us. And it's easier said than done, but I think that that's it. That's what needs to happen. It's because, like, let's look at the Chinese or the Japanese, for example. They have a thing where they look at themselves as, like, amongst the minority, the Chinese and the Japanese are looked at as the model minority, but within themselves they feel like they're the best race out of everyone. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
I think everyone should feel like they're the best race.
This is the problem. This is what I'm trying to get to.
I'm like,
black people don't have that. That is the problem.
Agreed.
Every other race sees themselves as the best. Black people don't have that.
When I look at my grandparents, and when I talk to a lot of friends that I know, and we talk about our grandparents and a lot of their experiences and what they've been through, nobody knows nothing, because our grandparents were brought up in a time where, like, they didn't really want to speak about all the struggles. They just had to kind of take it and deal with it. And I'm not mad, because they were trying to get by. But the problem is that then the understanding of the struggle, or the understanding of their perspective and what's been through, is not passed on. Yeah. So then we're there, and we kind of we know what's going on. Like, we feel the things that's wrong, but sometimes someone might question you and be like, oh well, why don't black people just do this, or why don't these people just do that? And for me personally, I found myself in a position when I was younger where I didn't have the answer to these things, even though I felt like I was right. But then down the line, when I did a bit of digging and a bit of education, and even like with my own family, talking to my parents, knowing, and my grandparents, knowing how they got here and what they went through, what they did, and what life was like, it gives me more power. Yeah, I have to say that I really enjoyed the conversation. I found that actually we were quite aligned on a lot of important things, and even where we differed, it was more a difference of perception than a difference of what was going on, kind of thing, if that makes sense. So yeah, I enjoyed it. It was a nice exchange.
I'm just happy at the fact that I'm able to have a conversation with him, whether or not like he agreed or disagreed. I like the fact that if he did disagree, he could back it up intellectually.
I suppose if there's anything that made me kind of think a little bit, was when we spoke about being pro-black and wearing weave, like women, for example. Yeah, it's a personal thing. I'm just not crazy about weave.
Maybe this is just me being a bit touchy, but it's just how strong he would, or not, how not strong he was going on the whole R.Kelly thing. I feel very passionate about how I feel towards R.Kelly, so to hear his lackadaisical attitude towards it was a bit, that is what it is. Oh,
There
hello.
you go. All good.
Okay.
I can take this off now, yeah?
Yeah.
How are you doing?
Hello. Hello, random
Tall,
boy.
aren't you?
You're
right.
tall as well. Oh my god, look at he's like a giant. Oh my god. Hi.
Right.
Well, we did both put our hands through, so I guess we can go out for drinks and see where we go. So is that a
What,
tattoo?
tip-
Hold on,
tip-
wait a minute here. You got tattoos
Hold on,
there.
I'll show you
Go
the
ahead, see
proof.
that. I like him. We gotta get some people.
Alright.
This game, if you are dating a black person, honey, even if you're dating a white person, play this game. If you're in an interracial relationship and you want to know if your partner is down for the cause, open this game up, play it so you can get inside the mindset, so you know if you gotta break up with that motherfucker or not.
I like that it makes you uncomfortable. I like that it makes you have to discuss things with people that you could be around all the time and you don't necessarily have these conversations.
You can play it with friends and family as well. It's also good to know where your family members stand on the whole black issue. This game is amazing.
Get this game, get talking, get healing, get together.